Hello everyone, welcome to my class. So in today's class we are going to discuss about composite functions. So let's see, if you have two functions, the composite function is the result of putting the output of the first function as the input of the second function. So let me explain you this. So let us consider two functions. F of x is equal to 2x, and let the another function be g of x equals minus x, right? So here we have two functions, and when we say composite function, what does it mean? So here it says that the composite function is the result of putting output of the first function as the input of the second function. Let's understand what is the meaning of this. Okay, when I write this as f of g of x, now what is happening here? This is your first function, or you can also call it as inner function, and this one is your second function, or you can also call it as outer function. So what it says that if you have two functions, the composite function is the result of putting the output of first function as the input of second function. So what we are doing here, see, the result of putting the output of first function. So whenever we are solving a composite function, then we put the result of this, like g of x, in as the input of the second function. Okay, let's see how we do it. Suppose if I have to calculate this, I have to find what is f of g of x. Now let's see, f of x is 2x, so I'm writing here 2, and then here, as it is said that the composite function is the result of putting the output of first function. So what is the output of gx? It is minus x. Then minus x will go as the input of second function. Means in place of x, I'm going to write minus x. So I get f of g of x equals minus 2x. Right? So you can see here a composite function can be written as f of g of x or g of f of x. For f of g of x, the output of g of x is the input of f of x. So this is what we did here. See, the output of g of x is minus x, which we put as the input for f of x, right? So in place of x, we are replacing minus x. I hope this is clear to everyone. So you can see here there are certain steps. It's the similar thing. Use the number to be evaluated as the input for the inner function and substitute it into the expression. So as I showed you here, what is the inner function? This first function is nothing but the inner function. Now find the output for the inner function. Okay, suppose if in place of minus x it is some other number, then and substitute it into the expression for outer function. The value of this we have to substitute it in the outer function. Then find the output for the outer function and repeat the process. Okay, if you have many more functions written like that. Okay, now let's see one example how to solve this. Your question is, if f of x equals 6x plus 5 and g of x equals 2x minus 1, write expression for g of f of x. Okay, so here this is your first function and this is your second function. So first we will see what is f of x, and now f of x is 6x plus 5. Write it, f of x is 6x plus 5. Now this will be input for g, g of x. Now you see here, g of x is 2x minus 1. So input means what? Like in place of x, I'm going to write this value. So I will write it this way. G of f of x equals 6, and replace x with 6x plus 5. One sec. This is 2, and then replace this 6x plus 5 minus 1. Now we can simplify it further. So you can write this as 12x plus 10 minus 1, which is nothing but 12x plus 9. So value of g of f of x is 12x plus 9. I hope this is clear. We can do the vice versa also. Let's see how to do that. So here you did g of f of x. We can also find f of g of x. Now what we will do, see, f of x is 6x plus 5, and then in f of x we are going to input 2x minus 1. So we write 6, and then in place of x we will write 2x minus 1, because g of x is input for f of x. So 2x minus 1, and then we write 5 here. So you have 12x minus 6 plus 5, and this will be equal to 12x minus 1. So I hope this is clear. So you need to practice many more questions on this topic, because this is one very important question that comes for extended paper and then international maths and all. Okay, let's see one more problem. Now I'll write f of x equals 8 minus x square, and g of x equals x square minus 8. Right. Now you have to find f of g of x, and the second thing we will do is g of f of x. We will find both. Now you see here, in f of x, g of x will become input. So how do we write this? What is f of x? 8 minus x square. So I will write 8 minus, but this x square, this x will be replaced by x square minus 8, x square minus 8, and then because this is squared, so I will write square here. Now further we can simplify this. 8 minus, expand this, x to the power of 4 minus 16x squared plus 64. Okay, now we open the bracket. 8 minus x to the power of 4 plus 16x squared minus 64, and then you can rewrite this as uh, 8 minus 64 will be minus 56 minus x to the power of 4 and plus 16x squared. We can rearrange it: minus x to the power of 4 plus 16x squared, and then minus 56. So this is your answer for f of g of x. Now, with the same given functions, we will calculate g of f of x. Let's see how to do this. So now for this function g of x, f of x will become input. See how? Now you write g of f of x equals x squared. So in place of x, we are going to input 8 minus x squared. 8 minus x squared whole square minus 8. Right. Now we will expand this. 64 a square minus 2ab plus x to the power of 4, and then we have minus 8. Now we can simplify it further. 56 minus 16 x square plus x to the power of 4. Just we can rearrange it. G of f of x, this can be rearranged as x to the power of 4 minus 16x square plus 56. So this is your composite function. I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, so if you have any more questions, if you want to ask any kind of question, you just put it in the comment section. I will solve it and share with you all. Thank you. Stay connected. Stay